The final call for the MONAD Foundry is here. If you're a builder, you need to submit. Make sure you guys put in your applications. If you're a dev, you're using AI to help with your coding, vibe coding, Claude code, Anthropic, etc. Now's the time, man. Send in your applications. I really have to take a day or two or, a week, literally. Just focus on learning that. No content, just focus on learning AI coding, right? I'm familiarizing myself with everything, to make myself even more successful. Like I said, I think AI is the future. I think if you don't have some type of knowledge of AI, you'll be left behind. So the quicker you learn something about using AI tools, the better, right? So this is the final call for Foundry. Foundry brings together ambitious founders to build relationships, co-work in person, and level up together. 2 weeks in New York City, AI, GTM, and security workshops, demo day with top VCs and industry leaders, right? So this is why I give MONAD a lot of props. This is where I give them a lot of props. They're actually being transparent, meeting developers, right? Meeting people in person to help build on their chain and giving them that support, right? From VCs, venture capitalists, industry leaders. You saw the mentors as well. Like, this is a very, legitimate thing that they're doing here, and I have to give them praise for it. Like, if you take a look at a lot of other projects in the space, they're nowhere as legit as MONAD has been since its release, right? And I, again, just love what the project is building and what they're doing. I love that they're doing Foundry in New York City, one of the biggest states, one of the biggest places to be in if you're an American, and for them to be doing that in person with the team, with VCs and industry, top people in the industry. You could share your ideas, bounce your ideas off of them, learn from them, and still be able to develop something that could change the world, right? You see how OpenAI, ChatGPT, Claude Code, Anthropic, Cdance 2.0, etc. They're changing the world as they're being built, right? We haven't truly seen a Web3 project. Well, Polymarket is the first one to really break through to that Web2 space from Web3. One of the first projects to break through with prediction markets, Polymarket. And it's only one after how many years of this industry existing, right? Bitcoin is Bitcoin. I don't really count that as I don't really count that as some type of Bitcoin is its own separate thing. That's all I'm saying, right? So I think the next potential massive DApp could be built here with MONAD, and with them doing things like the Foundry is one step closer to that. One successful DApp that breaks through from the Web3 to Web2 space for MONAD is going to be so, fantastic for the project. And just think, millions of users using and transacting with MONAD and stablecoins on MONAD to use whatever DApp that gets built, right? So it's a very awesome thing to see. This is a 4-minute video. We're just gonna skim through it real quick, and see just how awesome the team has been. The MONAD team has been.
What do you do when 44 teams from 12 different countries show up to co-work in New York City? And you realize the plan you spent months preparing just isn't quite right. Well, you scrap it. In 1 week, we wanted each founder to make real progress and get each of them to identify that one thing they needed to focus on the most.
Welcome.
That's such a smart, decision that they've done. And obviously they have, incentives as well, financial incentives for some of the best founders or devs that build something great at the Foundry.
To Foundry 2.
positivity.
No one's going to ask you, like, why are you doing that? Or, like, tell you that's a bad idea if they've just met you.
The typical panels and networking sessions just weren't going to cut it. So we introduced a surprise challenge. One big, beautiful demo day. Here's how it worked. Monday morning, all the teams arrived and we gave them the typical orientation of the week.
Lots of information that is going to be coming at you pretty fast.
Pretty cool stuff though, guys. Can't deny that this is pretty cool stuff, right? Let's see.
Arrived, it became pretty clear that expectations were very different from reality, but honestly, the reality is probably better.
I didn't know what to expect. I thought we were just going to sit here and shoot the shit. Ended up being a 1 week intensive program, learning how to pitch. They actually challenged us to be better, and we actually got better.
How do you convince a venture investor that that's the right route versus private equity or bootstrapping, etc.?
As we're gearing up for mainnet, it was really important that teams understand the seriousness of what it takes to actually deploy on mainnet and have real dollars at stake.
So bullish, guys. It really is bullish, right? I don't see the only other project I see that does things like this is Solana, literally. I don't see say AVAX kind of, starting to make some moves again. I don't see Cardano doing really much things like this, trying to get people to build on their chain, really incentivizing people to build on their chain. This is bullish stuff. It really
It wasn't about polish, it was about how to get real momentum.
Right, I just met a founder. We discussed that there are too many things happening. It's not very clear what's the value proposition here. Before the interview, I just met him and he's like, hey, we did it already. We are ready. And tell me now how to acquire these users. That's insane shipping.
Sort of like interaction between an app team.
This is James from Category Labs. This is a parent team member from the parent company.
It's really cool to see the focus on the user experience. This is the perfect sort of like interaction between an app team, the infrastructure teams, like what can we achieve?
It was about teams realizing what they need to do and what's truly stopping them from doing it.
It's definitely helped us in ways that we could not have accomplished if we'd stayed remote.
I definitely need to really put some time in to learn to use AI to help me with, learning how to code and building something for myself as well, to be honest.
To make sure
I just think that's a great skill to have,
support them in the best way, and we're actually growing an incredibly useful supportive ecosystem for founders specifically.
If this week taught us anything, it's that the best way we can help founders is by digging deep and giving them critical feedback to help push them towards their next important milestone.
That's awesome. It's very awesome stuff. So MONAD right now sitting under 2 cents, 1930, just under 210 million market cap. Again, you guys already know the gist, man. I've been saying it for how many videos now? I think 100,000 MONAD is the way to go. It's a nice investment, not over invested. You're not over leveraging yourself, and it is a utility project. It is an altcoin here. I'm not telling you to put close to $2,000 into a meme coin, right? It's a utility altcoin, fastest EVM chain, and that is a fact. That is not opinion. 10,000 TPS, 200 plus validator nodes. This very bullish, right? Very bullish project, and they're, like I said, the team is delivering on things. They're doing things to stand out from the other projects in the space, because a lot of people always question, why would we need another L1 when we got Solana and ETH, right? We don't really need anything else. But my counterpoint would be, well, if there's a great DApp or app that is built on MONAD that is just exclusive to MONAD, eventually gets so big that it branches out, that's not the point. But if it starts on MONAD and gets built on MONAD and then gets millions of users to it, that's why you would want another L1, right? And the team is focusing on doing that. So as always, none of this is financial advice, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Go and make sure you guys stay safe as possible in the space. You're gonna see on screen Ledger Nanos. I think you guys should pick up a few of those, because scams are running rampant in the space. Even in my YouTube comment section, there's just consistent bots and stuff like that. A hardware wallet is a necessity. Make sure you guys click the products, the tag products, check those out, guys. I'm telling you, you got to pick up one 1, 2, you know, a few of them. It's a necessity in this space. I just want you guys to be as safe as possible, right? Join my Discord. Link to that is in the description. And always support me through my Clips channel as well. Go subscribe to that. As soon as you're done with this video, go watch some videos on the Clips channel as well. Really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.